Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MUFC Realist TV. This afternoon, we are broadcasting Erik ten Hag's live broadcast against Newcastle on this Saturday in St. James's Park. Guys, take a sip on your coffee, whatever you have in front of you, eating lunch. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, because here we go.
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
I feel welcome. Dit is my home and I want to achieve success. Okay?
And we want to achieve success, Mark. Red card to you. How are you doing?
Referee? I'm chilling.
I mean, we've seen it all this week, mate. You know, they're coming to introduce this orange card as well. You know, the Simbin rule now. Oh, my God. Football is dying slowly. Anyway, how are you feeling today? Have you recovered after that 3-3 draw against Galatasaray?
Yeah, somewhat. You know, like it wasn't all bad. Like, you know, the disappointing part is the result. I feel like during the game, I enjoyed the watch. I enjoyed the way the team played. You know, minus the mistakes by the goalkeeper, like, and even self, like those are mistakes. There's no way you could predict those things. You know 100%. What I mean? So.
100%. No, I mean, if you look at in performance-wise, the team looks like they are hitting another level in terms of fitness, in terms of the style we play. Even if what you said earlier yesterday, I mean, I was watching Craig Burley on ESPN, and he was waxing lyrical about Manchester United. He said the only thing was Onana, you know. But at the end of the day, we are playing Newcastle, who also drew against PSG, right? And Newcastle is down to the bare bones as well in terms of injuries. They put an extra shift in against PSG, arguably to say they got robbed at the end of the day. But the question is, would they have some steam in that tank tomorrow? That's the big question, right?
100%. 100%.
However,
I feel like the guys might be it might be a tough one tomorrow, but I mean, if you look at what they did in Galatasaray, I think they might be disheartened by the result, but I think they will be happy with their performances to a certain extent. You know, Garnacho played well. You know, Kobbie came on. He looked really comfortable in a very away atmosphere that's supposed to be welcome to hell. You know, so you already know the terminology in terms of the context of the atmosphere.
But also Anthony Dos Santos, to be honest, like, you know, he was really good.
He looked like a man reborn a little bit. You know what I mean? It was something exciting to see. I was happy to see it.
Listen, the only thing that if you look at the advantage, they play on Tuesday, we played on Wednesday, so they had one extra day rest. But if you look at the squad depth, and I mean, I'm interested to hear about the team news as well. I mean, our squad depth currently right now is bigger than theirs are, because they're down to the bare bones, right? So they hardly can put in a starting 11 there. Well, we suffered that for I would arguably say for 13 games in the season, right?
100%, 100%.
Yeah. So the manager's press conference is what we're going to cover live as per usual on this channel, guys. Big up for everyone that's coming in. I know it's lunchtime. I don't know what time it is, wherever you are, but I'm going to give you a shout out as per usual. Stephanie Griffith is here, one of our moderators. Big up, Mick. And VR room is what you're saying. Big next week, hopefully 3 more goals and win against Newcastle. I certainly believe so. I certainly believe so. You have to believe. And Jarle is coming in here as well from Norway, saying good morning. So much bashing of Onana, blaming him alone is like seeing half of the picture. Who created those free kicks? In the first question, you need to ask Bruno. There was kind of, I get what you're saying there, Jarle, but the referee was a little bit weak as well, because there was never a free kick in the first place, like, and he never touched him, right? It's what we said, like, you know, what is this? Is a free no contact at all, or a yellow is a yellow and a free kick is a free kick? But he just basically touched a little bit of his ankle, nothing. He didn't do it deliberately. So there was 2 soft free kicks, according to my opinion. First goal, arguably, I don't know, the technique, he could have saved it. But I think that Onana is kind of suffering a low self-esteem at the moment. So he's trying to do those technical saves to look an easy save, look good, according to my opinion. The second goal was just that's totally on him, according to my opinion, because that's like a goalkeeper is like, you know, could save that with the blindfolded, Mark. This is textbook. Good afternoon to Peter as well. Hope you're keeping warm. 100% Peter. Just want to shout out Peter, but because thank you so much for your super chat this morning. And we didn't go live because it's Mark's birthday today. It is Mark's birthday. Happy birthday, Mark. You're
a lot
on
of the
mute,
guys
obviously.
have been wishing me happy birthday in the Telegram group, so thank you for that, everyone. Thank you for the support.
Yep. How young are you now?
Oh, 38.
You're like Benjamin Button. You just go backwards, right?
Something like that. You know what I mean? But like, I'm looking at what Chanino is saying here, Mick, and I just wanted to point it out that, you know, like, Onana is having a tough game. You know, he's made some mistakes, but it's sometimes, you know, some players, the moment is big. You know what I mean? And I won't say it's too big for him because he played in a Champions League final.
No.
Maybe he was just a little bit, you know, overthinking the situation a bit too much because he set up the wall in the first instance, but then he didn't really stand behind the wall and trust the wall. So it's like little mistakes. And as we all could see that it probably cost us the Champions League, you know, but at the same time, this is our goalkeeper. You know what I mean? Yes, we have a backup, but at the same time, this is our number one. We kind of have to, you know, back him.
No,
somewhat.
I've been listening. I've been listening to what everyone is saying. At the end of the day, when you look back, like, you know, the way they line up the wall, basically they line up two to the right by memory, and the ball passed this to the second of the free kick of Hakim Ziyech. By the way, Hakim Ziyech and Onana didn't know each other, and I think that, you know, Onana was overthinking. You know, he was overthinking because he knows what Hakim Ziyech is going to do, right? But Hakim Ziyech like fooled him in a way that he went just next to these two players there. And by the way, anyway, big up for you for coming in. Good morning to Aish as well. Good morning to you. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Where's the cake, Mark? Where's the cake? Did you eat it?
To be fair, Mick, the same emoji he has, I actually have a cake just like that, to be fair. I'll bring it out.
Really? Did you have?
After the show and show. Yeah, I actually do have a cake.
Yeah. And Jarl is asking
balloons as well, too.
Yeah, balloons. Oh, God. I asked you a question, but I guess you signed an NDA, so a non-disclosure agreement regarding how young you are, my friend. Let's keep guessing. Anyway, Jarl Malmin saying, don't think we'll ever seen the Simbin. We will never seen it. There's too more loud uproar about it. 100%.
Thanks, Jarl.
It is. Yeah, there's some creativity basically regarding that. They're thinking, oh, how should we destroy game even further? Let's come up with a Simbin orange card. Anyway, Jarl Malmin is saying happy birthday to you, Mark.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Thank you, Yarly, just now, because I read it in the chat while you were speaking. My bad. Thanks, Yarly. Yeah. Thanks for the birthday wishes, bro. Yeah, and you know, 100%. Like the orange card thing, it's difficult. And in my opinion, I think it's something that we need to like just hopefully they trial at some lower level thoroughly first to see how it affects the game and impacts it, because that could be good and bad in situations and unfair in other situations. You never know what could happen with things like that, because
true.
You know, it's not clear cut. So I think it's too much, in my opinion.
No. So listen, that's done and dusted, to be honest. Like, you know, it is what it is. It's 3-3. Mistake happened. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's just focus on the Newcastle game. Let's focus what Ten Hag has to say. I'm sure they're going to ask the questions like, you know, how frustrating is it that you take a 3-1 lead and then didn't manage to pull through? What are you expecting from Newcastle? Are we going to see the same formation, same lineup? What do you think, Mark? Do you think he's going to go with the same lineup, or do you think he's going to do a little bit of chop and change? Scott McTominay on the bench, put Kobbie Manioo in together with Amrabat, or just Kobbie Manioo by himself? You know,
I actually would like to see Kobbie Manioo and Amrabat together with Bruno. You know what I mean? I think Kobbie Manioo can play by himself for some games, but Newcastle is a different type of game. You know what I mean? Like we've seen one of either Kobbie or Amrabat could do it by themselves right now.
Yeah,
right. But when we want to go strong, you need to go strong. So we shouldn't have a lone 6 in the back playing the 3-1-6. I think So I think
No,
we should
especially
go
if you're
for a
playing
double pivot.
away. I mean, I think we have a little bit of a lag with you, Mark. But maybe I should pause a couple of seconds. But I was just about to say that, especially when we play away, you should definitely line up with the double pivot, like Amrabat and Kobbie Manioo and Bruno, right?
100%.
That's what we should have done in the second half to control the game when it was 3-1, to be honest, but he did a like for like substitution, and that was kind of the mistake what he did, and I think he regretted. So maybe we'll see a different formation, different lineup when we do play away. When we play home, we should play more aggressive, but when we are playing away, we should be more, how do I say, pragmatic, and line up with probably a double pivot.
Yeah, I think so. I think definitely we should be lining up with a double pivot. Amrabat and Bruno, they could provide the coverage and they could also break the press lines. Both of them are very good on the ball. They have different strengths as well. Kobbie is silky and smooth with his movements, and he can pick those deep passes. And Amrabat could just pick them off and break up all the play. And it's gonna be the perfect double pivot, I think, for us. And I think going into a game like that, we can have both of them. We are lucky. And we should just utilize that and keep the momentum.
Yeah, 100%. Happy birthday to you again, Mark. Always
Thank you,
be thankful to be alive in another year, a special moment in Zekrar, 100%. And Alien Tenor, what you're saying, Peter, as well. Orange card already works in rugby, 100% it does. But to 10 minutes is a long time. If you look at hockey, like whenever you do tripping or slashing or ice hockey, you get 3 minutes in the sim bin. But 10 minutes, mate, that's a long game, Maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah,
or
I feel like 5 minutes or maybe 3 minutes. I think 10 minutes is too much. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Alien.
5 minutes.
Man, I think I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. If it was to go gray, man, I'm not gonna be afraid of that.
Maybe meet in the middle, Mark. Let's go 5 minutes, my friend. Let's go 5 minutes. Okay, there's 3 minutes left to the live managers press conference. Still hasn't started. I'm very interested to hear the questions, what's going to be asked. I'm interested to hear the team news, who's available, who's not available for selection. And off we go from there. Marcus Rashford's apparently available. Will Marcus Rashford start over Garnacho? A lot of questions because Garnacho's been doing a madness. He scored a beautiful goal in Champions League, and everyone knows that bicycle overhead kick as well against Everton. So for me, he's undroppable at the moment.
Well, for me, he's also undroppable, and I think it's a good headache for the manager. It's a good headache for fans when we actually could be like, oh, who do we bring on for this person, or who? And they're all informed. Yeah. The only thing is we're just waiting for Marcus to get that striking match hot again. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and again, we saw an informed Anthony Dos Santos as well. So you cannot just shoehorn Marcus Rashford into the right just all of a sudden, because now you have an informed Anthony Dos Santos as well. So it's going to be interesting to see. If he starts Rashford on Saturday, that means that is something in this contract to say he has to start, to be honest.
Possibly. Like, I won't 100% put it in there, but who knows? I would like to see Garnacho start. He's been red hot form. I think he's definitely going to start, scoring 2 goals in 2 games, I think. And the way he scored both goals, I think it's definitely true in that he starts. Anthony played a very good performance, so it's hard to say Rashford is going to slot in ahead of him. I think Anthony might get the nod, but, I won't be too disappointed if Rashford comes on in the second half, because then that gives us an extra pace of attack, a different way to change it.
But I do have a sneaky feeling that he will rest Garnacho and bring in Garnacho as a impact player in the second half. I do have a sneaky feeling he will pick Rashford on the left, Anthony on the right, and play with Rasmus Højlund in the middle. That's just my sneaky gut feeling, but we will find out in the press conference. This should start in about 1 minute as well. Chunino, what you're saying here, my friend, Anthony was very disciplined, doing the basics well. When not informed, stick to the basics, 100%. And that is my advice to Rashford as well. I mean, when you're not informed, just stick to the basic. Just pass the ball, play it simple, and the managers' conference is coming on right now. Let me see what is going on here. Commercials, guys, commercials.
You know, they got the
commercials.
airtime.
Yeah. I'm going to add it to the stage as per usual. But right now, they're having Christmas commercials. It is season to be united, festive season. By the way, it's 24 days to Christmas, isn't it?
24 days to Christmas.
So happy
Every
1st
year.
of December.
Yeah, you know, it's like my birthday, 1st of December, 24 days to Christmas. It's always good this time of year. You know, don't you think? I think so.
100%.
Rick, I hope you're okay.
Yeah, very good.
Ian is worried that we're going to get...
He came on Wednesday. What as a manager, what things have you got to take into consideration before deciding whether to put an 18-year-old into the team?
If he's ready or not, and he showed on Sunday that he was ready. And yeah, then we have to manage 3 games in 6 days to get the best results of all the games. And we have more than 11 players, and we have good options there. I think Soufiane also showed he was playing a very good game. So we have there the options, and then you manage the load of the players, and that it's about freshness as well.
Yep, it's about the Fuji song, Ready or Not, Here I Come.
Like about him as a player, he's obviously very young.
He's scanning, and it looks like he has always time, and because he's scanning, he's running free, then he's scanning to see the options and then make the right decisions. He can delay, he can speed, so he makes the right decisions.
Hi. I know you've talked a lot about Andre Onana, but since the game on Wednesday, his
Here we go, Onana question.
Analysed, it's been talked about. Are we being too harsh on Andre Onana?
Pardon?
Are we analysing and talking about Andre Onana too much? Are we analysing his game too much?
If you analyze it well, then you see he's the second best goalkeeper in the Premier League, based on stats. So his expected preventing goals is the second best in the Premier League. So yeah, he's doing well, but yeah, also, and he knows that in Champions League he makes some mistakes, but all over, if you see first 5 months, he's doing particularly well.
Is it difficult to gauge how well Manchester United are playing at the moment? Because you look at the Premier League form and it's fantastic, but then you have the Champions League frustrations. Is it frustrating for you because you know how good this team can be?
So you said very good, how good we play, and also on the Wednesday we played very good, and also in Copenhagen we played very good, and even in Bayern Munich we played very good, but yeah, we have to do some things better, eliminating individual errors, and also things in defense transition, but we can sort this out. And I would more concerned if we didn't play this that well.
Erik, you know Onana as well as anybody. How is his confidence after these quite high-profile mistakes that he's made?
Confidence.
You know also, because you have seen how he is reacting on a bad performance like he did after Munich. He was in Burnley, he was outstanding. So he's a strong character, he's a personality, and he will deal with it.
Ian.
We've had the update this morning about Malacia and coming back in the new year.
Wow.
Are you expecting any other of the injured players to return before the Munich game?
I don't think about the Munich game. First, we go back into Premier League, but there are players on the way back, but I can't say now prognose how long it will take.
So there's no time frame on Mason Mount, for instance?
Mason Mount is today returning on the pitch, but I don't know how long it takes when he will return. I can't say in this moment.
Thank you.
Vicky.
Erik, in the last couple of games you played against Newcastle, you said they were very physical. Do you expect a similar game to that when you play against them at St James's Park?
I really respect them. It's a difficult team to play, but also it's a good challenge. And so I like to play against them because the challenge, we have to rise to the occasion. We know that we have to be on our best against them. Because, as I say, the way they play, I think it's very good organized.
And that's about it. That's it. It was a short and sweet press conference. In hindsight, annoyed about the Onana question, to be honest. He defends his players. Good questions regarding injuries, updates. I think that the positive that I took away from here is that, Malacia seems to be coming back by New Year. Mason Mount is on the pitch and was asked about, the last time you played that it was quite physical and loud and everything. And it seems like, we are ready, right? But predominantly here was most of the questions about Onana, I would say so, Mark. What do you reckon?
I reckon that the team, like the media said, the team played well. I agree with Erik ten Hag. I think we played very well. Like, if we were to be honest as fans, for the last 10 weeks, we've been questioning the team's performances. We've been questioning if their mentality in games. We've been questioning them being able to score goals and being able to create chances. We've also been questioning the defense. And if we look at the Wednesday game, all of those things were sort of sound. They were sound in attack, clinical. They created lots of chances. The midfield worked. The defense was sound. The biggest problem were the two mistakes. Now, we could criticize Bruno and said he gave away 2 free kicks, but then we'd have to criticize McTominay because he gave away the ball that led to the free kicks, but he didn't track back. So
true.
It's the team, as a team, we see unity. They're talking to each other. They're taking responsibility for each other's
100%.
mistakes. This is what you want to see. So that's just what I think.
100%. But yeah, I think it was Simon Stone that took a little bit of a dig regarding Kobbie Manioo. There has to be somebody that's spoiling the party here. He says, about Wednesday, what does our manager take in consideration to play an 18-year-old in that type of game? I mean, he said it before, like, you're old enough, you're good enough, pretty much. And he reckons Kobbie Manioo can handle the pressure. He said it like he did it against Everton. He did it well here as well. So it wasn't that he was starting the game. It was just he came in like, in the 20 minutes left of the game, 25 minutes left of the game. Yeah. So in my opinion, he's giving him minutes. He's trusting Kobbie Manioo. He's trusting certain players. And I see us having a little bit of a stronger team. And if we're considering playing away, we just played the toughest away game of the season, which is Galatasaray Stadium there. They're welcome to hell, which is a very hostile stadium. So to come away there with a 3-3, at the end of the day, we could have won it. I think that we still have a chance, going to St James's Park.
100%. I think it's not going to be as tough an atmosphere as the lads face away in Istanbul, and I think they're going to do pretty well. I think they're going to exceed some of the expectations of fans. I'm not going to say we're going to overrun Newcastle, but I've seen the performance against Galatasaray in Istanbul, and I think we can build on that. Definitely.
100%. It came down to this Erik ten Hag answer. He said, we have options. We have chosen the best players for the moment, and they've shown they are ready for the big games. I would say that, the takeaway from Wednesday, that we played our game. We did not come, we went there to kill the game off. Like, we went for a win. And I haven't seen United do that the whole season. Question, of course, came about Onana. And pardon, he said, like, what? Typical. Like, what do you mean? If you analyze it well, you see that Onana is the second goalkeeper in the Premier League. He's been doing well. However, goalkeeper is the loneliest position in the whole team. It's more noticeable if you do a mistake than Scott McTominay or Bruno Fernandes trip somebody. Goalkeepers always get the stick. And it was just unfortunate, to be honest, right? There's still a very good goalkeeper in Onana. We saw that last year. And leading up to this, he was the nominated for the Golden Glove Keeper of the Month, wasn't he?
So, it's very disappointing.
Yeah. He's got to opt this game, though. He's got to opt this game. There was another question. Did you guys play well, and didn't get result? How does it improve? He said pretty much, well, we played very well in the 3 games, but we didn't get the results, Mark. We have to find the ways to improve and do better. And that is kind of this is where it comes down to Ten Hag, like, the in-game management, like, you got to read the room in a certain ways, because we also have to give criticism to the manager. I'm Ten Hag in 100%, but if you look at it when you're 3-1 up and absolutely cruising through, you did a mistake by just taking off one of your best midfielders on the pitch, which was Sofyan Amrabat, the glue that kept it together, to throw in a Kobbie Manioo. I would argue to the point that if you would have seen this game through, you would have put in a double pivot with Amrabat and Kobbie Manioo and play Bruno there, taking off Scott McTominay. So hopefully he learns from a mistake, right? He also said, like, how does it affect Onana's mentality? He said basically he's a confident guy, but mistakes happen and he has to work on it. But we also have to support him. Yeah, 100%. I mean, Mark, if you do make mistakes, of course, it's going to affect you. But Onana is a very cocky guy. He's a very self-confident guy. But surely this is going to affect him. Like, surely he's going to walk away and see, sorry, guys, put his hand up after the game. So I cost us the game, I'm sure he did apologize. But, we're not here to slate the player. What other injury players are returning in January? He could not really say, but he mentioned Martinez, Malacia, and Casemiro. And he also said something about Mason Mount is returning back to the pitch as well. So that's big news. And that was pretty much it, Mark. That was pretty much what we saw from this short and sweet press conference. It's hard to say. I mean, hard to analyze, because he didn't talk about how they're going to approach this game on tomorrow. I don't know. What was your take on it?
Well, he didn't really get asked how he was going to approach the game tomorrow. Everyone was so focused on asking questions about the game midweek.
Yes.
And Amrabat was on a yellow in the game before.
Yes,
True. I agree with the decision. Like I said to Jarvis earlier on, I was like texting him during the game, and I was like, I think he's going to take off Amrabat because he's going to fear the red card. And I think with the way the game was going, it's a tough decision. I would have liked to see him stay on, but I was also worried that might lead up to him actually making a tackle and getting a second yellow. It's a bit of what ifs and unclear. So I don't know. The decision was made. The situation is what it is now.
I agree with the United fan first. He's saying there's no hiding place for a goalkeeper, and that's what I said. Like, a goalkeeper's position is the most loneliest position in the team, and they are quite special characters as well. Even Shaka Hislop can say that as well. If you know Shaka, right? Trini Shaka. Yeah.
Gets me mad, Mick.
So, yeah. True. Erik Ten Hag could have played Manioo and Gore. They know each other really, really well, 100%. But we will see, guys. Dan Gore is another one that's coming up the ranks that we're dying to see. I'm also dying to see Bayande, what the goalkeeper is all about. But understandably, AFCON is going to come. Nana's going to go and play AFCON, and we're going to see Bayande probably play. Chunino, what you're saying, Erik Ten Hag needs to rotate his squad better to keep them fresh. That game in the rain on that pitch takes a lot of our players. Pelistri, Amrabat, Varane, Reguilon, and Hannibal need minutes.
They all got minutes except for Varane and Hannibal, to be fair. Everyone else came out on the field in the game.
Yeah,
so
100%. 100%. So shorter press conference than expected, Mark. And I was expecting this 15 minutes press conference. I think there was always 7 minutes, to be honest.
Yeah, it was about 6 minutes. I think it's embargoed, Mick. I think there's going to be a second segment of the press conference released tonight later on. I think, Erik Ten Hag, when it comes to Premier League, he doesn't like to talk about every single thing all at once. He has this weird thing that happens during, especially coming down to the second half of the season. Yeah. And I know I don't want to say too much of my own opinion, but if we all take stock into the game as a United fan and tell your honest opinion on what you thought after the game when you think we have Newcastle next, I think we all think that we are going to go there and get a result.
Yeah,
And I think that's a big positive message to the fan base to say that, this team is trying to turn things around and the manager is trying to turn things around. He also held his hand up after the game, Mick, and he said, "This is my fault. Do not
He
blame the
did.
players, blame me and blame the
I
coaching staff
appreciate
because
that.
we could have done better." And I appreciate that he did.
100%. I really appreciate that. Well, I guess we will find out, because I guess it's going to be a short stream. It's your birthday, Mark. We're going to do a match preview 9 o'clock UK time. We're going to have, hopefully, we're going to have 2 Newcastle fans in the studio and 2 United fans. It's going to be John Sinclair, Newcastle TV. Brilliant friend of mine as well. And we're working on another one, which is a surprise if it comes, if it doesn't come. For me, it's going to be 4 a.m. in the morning, so I'm really looking forward to stay up or maybe go to sleep to participate in this debate. It's going to be really, really, really cool. If you notice, I call it Geordie Shore. The soap opera, but I call it Geordie Shore. Yeah, you're right. Sure. Okay.
It's my birthday, and the one wish I have, well, everyone as a United fan probably know what the wish I have was already. So guys, stay tuned. I think the guys will do really well for us. You know what I mean? And the manager didn't look too, flustered in the press conference. He looked really, he looks like he understands the stats of the situation right now. My opinion.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to jinx it. We will wake up tomorrow. We will find out when the team selection comes out. We will see how the boys will respond. We will see how they will respond as well. But please join us later tonight, 9 o'clock UK time, for a fantastic preview. And happy birthday once again, Mark. I wish you the best of your day. Go out, have more cake, go out, have dinners, lunch, be with your family, and your extended family loves you too. So big up for Mark. Happy birthday again, and see you guys to the next time, too, later on. Glory, glory, Manchester United. Glazers out, bankers out. Love and like the video. Bye for now, guys. See us. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Release TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.